So now that we went ahead and finished the wash and go section of her hair, which I will show you how much definition she has. Look at her curls, they are nice and defined. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the twist and bantu knot detail at the front of her hair. So for this section, I'm still gonna go ahead and apply the Curl Love Moisture Milk, but I am not gonna be applying any curl maker. I am going to go in with our Curl Aid Moisture Butter. So I'm deciding to use that because it provides a lot of moisture. It's gonna keep those bantu knots nice and hydrated while they're locked into place. And it's also gonna keep those twists that I add around her hairline nice and plump. So apply that Curl Love, and then I'm gonna start to section her hair off. And I'm just gonna take a rat tail comb and section off the areas near her ear on both sides. And then I'm going to attempt to pin the rest of her hair up. She has a lot of hair and it does not want to stay in clips. So we're going to try and hold it into place. So one step that I like to do whenever I'm applying twists or bantu knots to my hair is applying the brown butter melt. So it's very similar to the lock method where you add a leave-in, an oil, and a cream. I use this as our oil. So our brown butter melt is what I like to call our hair grease without petroleum. It does an amazing job at sealing moisture in your scalp, on your hair. It seals those ends. It makes them nice and hydrated, adds a nice shine. And another little secret tip, you can add a little bit of it into your bath and it does an amazing job at hydrating your skin as well. Or you can use it as a body butter. So for those little middle finger crevices, it does a really good job at hydrating that as well. So I'm just gonna work that into her hair. And then I'm gonna apply just a fingertip of the Curl Aid Moisture Butter. And this moisture butter is extremely thick, so you only need a very small amount to do this twist. And this amount is gonna keep it nice and hydrated. All I'm gonna do is go in and apply a flat twist and do the same thing on the other side as well. And you don't have to worry about this white residue that you see on the twist. As soon as I let this twist go, your hair is going to soak up all of that moisture butter. So you just twist down to the end and do a little finger coil and move on to the other side. Now for this top section, I am going to repeat the same process. I'm just gonna split it down the middle. Now with the brown butter melt, if I'm applying it to larger sections, I like to focus it on the ends up to the mid shaft of my hair or of my client's hair. So I'll take a small amount and you wanna work it into your hands until it's a creamy consistency. And then you just wanna focus it on those ends. Especially in the winter times, your hair, the ends of your hair rub against your clothing, your coats, your scarves, and that material can sometimes take away a little bit of the moisture. So the brown butter melt does a really good job at sealing all of that in. That way you don't experience that dryness and tangled knots and things that a lot of people experience during the winter time. So we'll do the same thing to this section. So now I'm gonna go ahead and part out the areas that I want to place my bantu knots. And I'm just gonna do some diagonal parting. So I'm gonna start in the center of her head. Once I have that section parted out, I'm just gonna clip the sections that I will not be working with, clip those away, and then go in and apply my Curl Aid. So I will use a little bit more in this section. And just make sure that you thoroughly apply that product and then detangle it through. And then you'll create however many bantu knots you want to create in this section, which I will probably do 2 bantu knots. Now before I go in and start the bantu knot, I am going to apply a little bit of the curl maker around the base of the bantu knot, just to make sure that it's nice and slick. And give that section one last detangle before bantu knot. So again, to create the bantu knot, all you want to do is hold the base of that section of hair and twist. And then you just want to continue twisting the hair up. Once you get to the end, the hair should actually collapse down on itself like this. And then all you're going to want to do is just create that Bantu knot. When you get to the very end, you want to take the ends and tuck it underneath the actual Bantu knot, and that's what will secure your ends, so you don't have to use any rubber bands. Once that's done, it's complete. And we'll just finish the remaining sections the same way. All right, so Kim is back from sitting under the dryer for about 20 to 30 minutes. Her hair is still slightly damp, and that's because we do want it to air dry a little bit to give her that volume and that swelling in her hair that she likes. So all we did was sit her under the dryer. I took the blow dryer and just blasted on medium heat down at the roots to give her a little bit of lift. But of course, with air drying, it will also cause that volume to happen like she likes. So as you can see in the back, her hair is very nice and defined. And of course, that happened because of the base of the rose cleansing milk. With that nice and solid base of definition, we were able to just go in and solidify the definition that was created with the curl maker.